So this is day 2. I didn't post anything last night because I just didn't feel like it. There was a lot going on. I'm cleaning up the house and just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I got a little bit of rest. I took the kids to school. It's hard to get motivated this morning. My job did keep me in, I guess, a state of motivation. I mean, even though I loved what I did, but I didn't like the people I worked for. I'll get into details about work later. I won't reveal the company I worked for because, you know, don't need to get sued or anything, but I wish I could make people aware of that place. Woke up, phone's disconnected, truck keeps shutting off. It's an ongoing battle. It's probably the battery needs to be charged, but gonna get ready, go get my termination paperwork, try to figure out how to get my phone turned back on because I am gonna look for a job. I don't want to be a part of the system and the stereotype of, you know, single mom of 4, living off the system. That's just not me. That's why I fought so hard to keep my job, despite my disabilities. But hey, shit happens, right? Anyways, so yeah, day 2. Looking forward to being terminated. Having to get on assistance because I'm not gonna let my kids go hungry. Looking for a place. Just trying to figure out how to get out of this rut. Staying positive. That's all I can do. Kids are happy that they're back in school. They did miss 2 days of school due to everything we're going through. I just wish there were more programs out there to help people. That why is it that you have to hit rock bottom and stay there for a bit in order to get help? And as soon as you get any kind of footing, it's automatically ripped away. Like, okay, you got a job and now you don't need anything. You know, it takes time. It takes, you know, it takes a lot. And it's like right now, I have nothing. I have 4 kids and yeah, kind of pride that I didn't get on any kind of assistance except their medical. And even at that, that was a battle because I made too much money. But in the long run, it's not. I mean, supporting 4 kids alone, I don't receive child support for half of them. You know, the little that I do receive is nothing. I mean, I'll be honest, it's like $50 a week and that's it. And I never push for more. I never have. I've never taken these men to court. I've never called the attorney general. And it's, again, it's not pride. It's just, they're my children too. I have to do my part. And I have custody of them. And I feel they're my responsibility. No one else's. You know. So, hey, I had them. And if more women thought like me, I think a lot of the issues would dissipate. Because I don't want to be in the housing. I don't want to be on assistance. I don't want my kids to grow up thinking that's okay. I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, get help if you need help. I don't discourage that. It's just, don't make it a lifestyle. It's to help you get to where you need to be, because I don't care how many people I offend. You chose to have those kids. And, you know, after one, you saw how hard it was. So, to keep having kids after kid after kid while you're on assistance and never allowing yourself to gain your footing, to me, that's on you. You know how babies are made. You know, I knew it. The reason I have 4 kids is because I was married, you know, after my second, and, you know, we had a life together. And we both accepted the responsibility of children. We weren't, on assistance. He worked, and, I'll get into that ramble later. But I guess right now my trip is, I don't want to be on assistance. And I am going to try to look for a job, but it's kind of hard to get a new job because I don't want to get fired for the same reasons I got fired now, which is being sick. I mean, it sucks. I worked for a company that told me they welcomed my disabilities and they would help me keep my job and stay employed. And I understand they have a company to run and, quotas and stuff, but I can't help that I'm sick. I mean, my diabetes, I'm trying my best to get under control. It's new to me. On top of my mental health, it is a struggle. I mean, when I'm in my downs, when it comes to my mental health, I do have trouble with my diabetes. I mean, in heightened stress, I have trouble with it. And I don't think it's fair that I was fired because a lot of that was caused by the company. If the company would have stuck up for me more and, HR would have helped me more when I make complaints of being, bullied and targeted and harassed, no one had my back. And everybody told me, all my coworkers, don't just, shut up, do your job and don't make complaints because eventually they're going to find a way to fire you. And they did. They found a way. But it still doesn't make it right. It really doesn't. And I understand how the world works. I mean, things aren't fair. But when it comes to things like jobs and guidelines and rules and policies and all that, you should be protected. You should have something. And that wasn't the case for me. And I'll explain more about that later. I really need to get off this bed and get dressed and get over to my mom's so I can use, well, first I have to go get my termination papers and then go over to my mom's to use her computer and figure all this out and get started with what I need to get started with. I mean, it sucks what I'm going through. It sucks that I'm in this situation. Some people would say of my own doing, but as you get to know me, you'll see that I try my best. I really do. And there's just not enough awareness. There's not enough programs. There's not assistance. I don't want to say, well, yeah, but for a limit, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to be taken care of. I want to take care of myself and my kids. I do. But right now, I just really need help. And I could say this isn't my fault, my situation, but I chose to have my children. And they're my responsibility. And I accept that. Just in this time of crisis,